Suited for royalty. Nestled away in Versailles, Kentucky is a bed and breakfast, but it's not like any other in the bluegrass. WYMT meteorologist Allison Rogers took the back roads to find possibly one of the best kept secrets in the Commonwealth.
So have you ever wanted to travel to a castle but you don't want to go all the way to Europe? Well, you're in luck because the state of Kentucky actually does have a castle, and in fact, it's one of the only few in the nation.
We are in what some people call the Kentucky Castle, but technically we are the CastlePost.
This castle was originally thought of by Lexington developer Rex Martin.
Unfortunately, he didn't have the funds to complete, so it sat empty and unfinished for over 30 years.
Then Thomas R. Post came along and decided to finish the project. Then, devastation struck.
Unfortunately, there was an electrical fire and we burned down. At that time, Mr. Post was devastated, obviously, but still persevered and started to build again.
In 2009, the dream of opening the castle finally became a reality. Since then, the castle has been open for special events, weddings, and even as a restaurant.
We have a restaurant, and you can make dinner reservations, and we do a 3-course or a 5-course meal. And it's all Kentucky proud and organic. We make everything from scratch. We have restaurants on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights if we don't have an event. Going into winter, we have a little bit more flexibility.
The castle also serves as a bed and breakfast, and people from all over the world have stayed here, from jockeys to authors, and even royalty.
We get rented out quite frequently by a Saudi prince. We've had movie stars stay. I mean, we've had guests from England, Ireland, Zimbabwe.
A lot of the castle's beauty comes from right here in Kentucky.
And the angels that are on the ceiling in the foyer, she's from Louisville and she spent almost 2 years on her back on scaffolding, painting.
Each room is full of its own intricate designs, and next month the CastlePost will turn into a winter wonderland.
We turn over the castle for 3 days in December for the Christmas tours. At that time, we are so heavily decorated. Every room is done by a different designer. And so this turns into literally a winter wonderland. It's absolutely amazing. And the Salvation Army sells tickets and they keep 100% of the proceeds. So we'll have thousands of people come through here on these tours for 3 days.
Well, from room to room, this entire castle is so unique. I can only imagine how beautiful it's going to look for the holidays. For now, taking the back roads to Versailles, Kentucky, I'm Allison Rogers with WYMT Mountain News.
And don't miss next week's season finale of Backroads as Allison takes a special trip to Memphis, Tennessee to talk a little bit about the king of rock and roll.